Hello, hello. Welcome to March, which means it's time for me to tell you what's up in the cosmos. I'm Danielle Mercurio, and as always, I'm so jammed to talk to you about what you need to know so that you can really bring in all the beautiful awareness of what's going on with the planets, what's going on with how it affects the Earth, and how it affects your daily life, how it affects you, and how you can make your life that much more grand. So we're going to get right to it. On Thursday, March 5th, we have a full moon in Virgo, and it's going to hit at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the full moon, that's the time where you really take action. Things take force. There's initiation. There is initiative. There is a knowingness of what you need to take head on. And for those of you that watched my last video, we talked about this new moon that was entering into Aquarius and phasing out into Pisces. And I had you kind of brainstorm ideas of what it was that you wanted to bring into your world and how you were going to go about doing it. So I want you to think about that. And if you didn't do that, I want you to just think about right now, what is it that's going on for you that's working really well? Or what is it that's going on for you that you just really like, and you like what you've got going on and you're ready to do more of? Start to cultivate what that is. This is when you're going to take that piece of paper you already have, or write it down on a new one. Or maybe you have some other ideas. Now, when I say that, the full moon is not a time to start fresh. I don't want you starting over, especially for this full moon in Virgo. I want you to be focusing on what you already have in your realm. You already have a lot going on. So what's working for you? What's exciting to you? Where are you starting to get leads, hits on, things that you can see yourself continuing on with? Those are the things I really want you to focus on. And you're going to take that piece of paper, whether you already have it written or you're going to go ahead and start a new one. And you're going to write down for this full moon in Virgo, this is what I'm working with. And this is where I ask for your help to speed it up even more so. I really like Virgos, and it's actually taken me a long time to say that. Not that I had anything against Virgos, but I believe that in the karmic wheel of astrology, you come back every life as the next sign. So for me being a Leo, I knew I had to come back as a Virgo, and I love being a Leo. And so I had a little bit of resentment around the idea that I may have to come back as another sign. And so I started to explore it more. Why was I feeling a little bit hesitant about being a Virgo? Well, Virgos are super organized. They always seem to have everything together. They're really helpful. They're great with money and saving and working with stability. And so I started to think about my own life, and I was like, well, I love helping people. I love being a vessel to serve, just like a Virgo. But I'm not always quite organized, and I'm not always great with my money. And I think that's where there was some resistance, this idea that, okay, you're going to have to start to create some structure, and you're going to have to start to control some of your impulses. And that was like a little weird, but at the same time, once I had that awareness of what was going on, I started to embrace it more. And so the more that I get into this idea of, okay, next life, like I'm ready for you Virgos. I have so many beautiful Virgo friends in my life that I just adore, and they're heaven. And so I want us to take on this gorgeous Virgo energy during this full moon. So we have this powerful full moon energy here to activate even further what you've got going for you right now. And I know that there's been a lot of ups and downs since this new year, and you're kind of like, all right, like when can I catch my breath? I'm starting to get tired, right? Like are a lot of you starting to feel a little exhausted, or just being like, when's my break? Like when am I going to get some relief? Let me tell you, it is coming. There's a lot more in store at the end of this month, which I'll be telling you more about in our second video. But in the meantime, I really want you to just focus on what you have right now that you're working on, that you know has so much more potential, that's going to go far, that you really believe in, and ask that it be taken further. And you can do that by burning. We love burning things here over at Danielle's Astrology Hub. And so you're going to take that piece of paper and do it around 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday the 5th, or that evening when it's dark and you can actually see the full moon. And as you burn these actions, as you burn these intentions that you have for your fullest desire, I really just want you to believe and feel and be in it and really know that the next step is coming. The next level is on the horizon. So much more is going to be brought to the table. It's soon. It's coming, I assure you. So I just really want you to stay in it and believe. And give yourself a little bit of rest, too. Give yourself some time to restore. Give yourself some of that relief from maybe working too hard, from taking on too many things at once. This is a great time to say, all right, this is what I want to happen. This is where I see going like sky high. Universe, as I burn these intentions, as I burn these actions, as I surrender my greatest, most ultimate desire, I ask that you show me the way. I ask that you bring in some of the forces that can help me, and that I be open to them, and that I rest while I look for the signs. That's a big part of this, to not overwork ourselves, and to be nurturing enough to who we are so that we can be open to when it's time to receive. So that's the full moon in Virgo. Really exciting time for us to just really get more action-oriented, get more focused on what we have now, not bringing in anything new, okay? Like I know we always are like, well, let me just start another project. Look at the projects you have now and see how you can enhance them. See how you are ready to take them to a whole new level, because you are and you will. In the meantime, just kind of rest and restore. Another thing that's going on March 12th, we have Mercury entering Pisces. And this is really cool because it really does kind of tail off this full moon in Virgo that we have, this idea of taking what it is that we've got going on for us right now that we're really jazzed up about, that we really like, and that we're really excited about, and getting really creative about it. It's going to bring in a lot of creative energy. Mercury is all about communication, messages, graphic design kind of stuff, you know, like it's bringing the arts to life, if you will, by mixing with Pisces, because Pisces is our dreamy sign. Pisces is our sign that believes so deeply that anything is possible. So mixed with this Mercury energy, you're going to be feeling really creative and really excited and really just kind of like a little bit of a muse. Like, wait, where did that great idea come from? Like, take credit for it, acknowledge it, honor it, and roll with it, okay? So March 12th, Mercury in Pisces is going to be hanging out for a few weeks. So take advantage of the opportunity to look at your situations in your life in a different way, in a more creative fashion, and to not worry so much about what other people think, and to really just follow your own heart and your own belief system and what just feels right to you. A lot of times when we have a good idea and people don't really sync up with it yet, it's because it just hasn't come to full fruition to them yet. But if it feels good to you, if it gets you really excited, everyone else will catch up, all right? So you stay in it. You stay passionate. Don't worry about what anyone thinks, and just trust and honor the amazing ideas that come forth. And then the last thing I want to talk about is on March 14th, Saturn is going retrograde. I know, we hear the retrograde word now, and people are like, oh my God, like, should I go like hide somewhere? No. Saturn is going to be retrograding until August. And what this means for you is Saturn is the planet of leadership, career, just your kind of where you want to put your dedication in your life, what you want to be known for, if you will, your work ethic. And when it's going retrograde, what it's going to be doing in this case with the other energies that are surrounding it, it's going to be putting you in positions where you're going to have to say no to things. I know, people don't like to say no. As much as we think, we like to say no in our head, but then we never like to vocalize it. So as Saturn goes retrograde, it's an opportunity to start to reassess everything that you have on your plate and the things that you had said yes to that just do not feel energetically aligned to you right now. Some obligations we can't run away from. You're married, you have kids, all right? Like, you love them, you adore them, and they stay part of your obligatory world. However, maybe at work you took on an extra project that just didn't feel like you had the time for, but you were afraid to say no, so you said yes anyway. Maybe you want to start to see if somebody else could take it, if someone else would be a better match, if maybe someone else deserves the opportunity to try something new. It's also a time to say no to maybe certain social situations. Maybe there's certain friend circles that you've been hanging around that just don't seem to really do it for you anymore, don't seem to empower you. Again, maybe you don't need to hang out with them all the time. or speaking up for yourself in a relationship. Maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend is always the one picking where you go for dinner, and you know what? You want to pick. You want freaking sushi. Say yes to sushi. Don't say yes to Italian when that's not what you really want. So this is a great time to really start to work on owning your voice, owning your authentic truth, and just looking at everything you have going on now and just seeing how you can manage it a little bit better and how it can be more aligned to you and who you are. So that's the gist of it for the first half of March. We have the full moon starting on Thursday, March 5th at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's in Virgo. So it's a really great opportunity to open up the items that you're really ready to take full speed ahead. You've already done a lot of work on. You're getting a little bit tired, but you're just going to surrender it up anyway, get a little bit of rest, and then you're going to start to notice as time goes on, as we hit Pisces and Mercury coming together on March 12th, you're going to be getting more creative. The sparks are going to kind of be igniting, and you're going to be feeling like really more in alignment, more restored, and more ready to put yourself out there with things that maybe before you would have been afraid to do. And then when we have the Saturn Retrograde on March 14th, I want you to say no more. And I want you to tell me when you do. Let me know the situations where you stood up for yourself, when you vibrationally felt the word no when you were given a request and you honored it. Let me know. I love to hear about these things. And I'm going to pull a card for us as well, just to seal in this video. We're going to do it from the Energy Oracle Cards deck. You can see it. I just got it, so a couple weeks ago, and I'm still getting to know it, but I felt called to pull from it for us. So let's see what comes up. Financial constraints. Interesting. I was talking about finances and Virgo. So in the picture, there is a chest that's like half open and there's like some cobwebs and there's like some coins behind it. So I really want you to explore during these next couple of weeks where you're feeling held back when it comes to money. Where are you automatically thinking from a place of lack instead of a place of abundance? Don't think that you automatically are like in the negative when it comes to money. So start to give yourself more credit, start to realign with what you're truly worth. And maybe that means trying out different things, seeing what you need to do to realign more with what your value is. Maybe it's time to ask for a raise at work. Really start to investigate what an appropriate raise would be and ask for it. Don't sell yourself short. So I invite you to just really explore what is going on with money and where you're feeling restricted over the next couple weeks and see how you can open it up further and kind of get all these cobwebs out of the way, because really they're just mucking up what you've got going on. You are entitled to so much worth, so much abundance, so much richness in so many different areas. And so this is a great time to really get comfortable with that, because again, the end of March, things are going to be shifting hardcore. So if you've got the money stuff under control, like that's awesome. So great card. Thank you, Energy Oracle deck. And yeah, so, you know, as always, keep me posted. I like your pictures when you're burning stuff. I like hearing your stories about how the different planetary influences resonate with you. So just continue to keep me posted and ask me questions and let me know what you want more of. And you can do it in the comments below or shoot me an email, Danielle@DanielleMercurio.com. I'll see you next time, mid-March. Bye-bye.